My mom took my car and said, "You don't need it, so I gave it to your brother." I was really angry until the dealership called and told me that's not how ownership works. When my mom understood what she had done, she freaked out. I was at work when I got a text from my mom. "I gave your car to your brother. You don't need it, he does." I thought it was a bad joke, but she was serious. She had given away my car, the one I paid for with my own money. I left work early, feeling angry and scared. By the time I got to my parents' house, my hands were shaking. My car was gone. I stormed inside and asked, "Where's my car?" trying to keep my voice calm. She didn't even look up from her phone. "Your brother needed it more than you. You work close to home. He doesn't. So I gave it to him." I was furious. "You gave it to him? That was my car. I paid for it." She finally looked at me and just rolled her eyes. "We're family. What's yours is his. You'll be fine without it." My anger was boiling. "You've had no right to do that." "None." She shrugged and said, "Actually, I did. The car is in my name." My stomach dropped. She was right. A year ago, my credit was bad, so I asked her to co-sign the loan. But I paid for everything, the down payment and all the monthly payments. I trusted her. "So, you just gave him the keys?" I asked, voice shaking. She smirked. "I signed the title over to him this morning. Problem solved." I couldn't believe it. "Mom, that was my money. You had no right." She sighed like I was being dramatic. "Stop being selfish. He needs it more than you." "It's done." Then my phone rang. It was the dealership. The guy said, "Hey, I got a request to transfer your car's title, but something's off. The car isn't paid off yet, right?" I froze. "Yeah, there's still a balance on the loan." "Exactly. The contract says the car can't be transferred until it's paid in full. So whoever signed the title over had no legal right to do that." For the first time that day, I smiled. "Oh, that's good to know." He chuckled. "And since you're the one making the payments, you actually have the legal right to the car. I can flag the transfer as fraudulent if you want." "Yes, do that," I said, my hands shaking from excitement. "Consider it done," he replied. I walked back into the house, my heart still racing. "We have a problem." I told my mom. She sighed loudly. "What now?" "The dealership called. You can't transfer the title. The car's not paid off, and I'm the one making the payments. The transfer isn't valid." For the first time, she looked worried. "But I signed the papers this morning. It's done." "No, it's not," I said firmly. "The dealership flagged it as fraudulent. Unless you plan to pay off the rest of the loan, the car is still legally mine." Her face twisted with frustration. "But that means—" I cut her off. "It means my brother is driving a car he has no right to, and I could report it stolen if I wanted to." Her eyes widened. "You wouldn't." I stared her down. "Try me." She went from shocked to furious. "How could you do this to your own family? Your brother needs that car. You're being selfish." I laughed because it was so ridiculous. "Selfish? You stole from me. You didn't even ask. You just decided my car wasn't mine anymore." "He needed it more," she yelled, standing up. "Then he can buy his own car." I snapped. My mom was about to argue with me when my dad walked in. He usually stayed out of things unless they affected him, but this time he looked angry. "What's going on?" he asked. Before I could explain, my mom jumped in. "Your child is threatening to report their brother to the police because they won't share a car." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My dad frowned. "Wait, report him for what?" I folded my arms. "For stealing my car. Mom gave it to him without asking, but the dealership says the title transfer isn't valid. The car is still legally mine." My dad looked at my mom. "Tell me that's not true." She raised her chin. "It doesn't matter. He doesn't need the car as much as his brother does." My dad rubbed his forehead like he was getting a headache. "Do you even hear yourself? That's not how this works." My mom crossed her arms and huffed. "He's being dramatic." That's when I knew she wasn't going to back down. I pulled out my phone. "What are you doing?" she snapped. I ignored her, scrolled to my brother's number, and called him. It rang a few times before he picked up. "Yo," he answered like nothing was wrong. "Where's my car?" I asked, my voice cold. There was a pause. "Dude, relax. Mom said." "I don't care what Mom said." I cut him off. "The dealership flagged the title transfer. It's not valid. The car still legally belongs to me." Silence. Then he said so. I couldn't believe it. So you have two options. Bring it back right now, or I report it stolen. He laughed. Bro, chill. It's just a car. You can get another one. I gripped the phone tighter. I paid for that car. That's my money, my payments. If you don't bring it back in the next hour, I'll call the cops. He sounded nervous now. You're not serious. You have 1 hour, I said, and then I hung up. My mom exploded. How could you do that to your own brother? I snapped back. How could you do this to your own son? You stole from me, and now you're mad that I'm taking it back. She tried to argue, but my dad cut her off. Enough. She looked at him shocked. You're taking his side? My dad looked exhausted. I'm taking the side of the law. He paid for that car. You had no right. My mom looked hurt and angry. Then she said, well, if he gets it back, he's not welcome here anymore. The room went quiet. My dad's eyes turned cold. You're really going to kick him out over this? She lifted her chin. If he calls the police on his own brother, then yes. I swallowed hard, knowing this moment was coming. I took a deep breath. Fine, I said. If that's how it is, then I'm done. My mom blinked. What? I looked at my dad. I'll come by this weekend to grab the rest of my stuff. Then I looked straight at my mom. And don't worry, I won't call the cops. She looked relieved for a second. Then I said, because I'm going to the dealership first thing tomorrow and having the car repossessed. Her face went pale. Wait, no. I cut her off. You made this mess. You wanted to pretend I don't own the car. Fine. Let's see how my brother likes it when a tow truck shows up at his job and takes it back. I grabbed my keys and walked out, leaving my mom standing there in shock. This was far from over. I barely slept that night. I couldn't stop thinking about my brother driving around in my car, acting like it was his, and my mom feeling like she'd won. But the real reason I couldn't sleep was because I was about to turn the tables in a way they wouldn't see coming. The next morning, I went to the dealership as soon as it opened. The manager, Frank, was waiting for me. You're absolutely in the right here, he said, shaking my hand. I felt some of the tension leave my shoulders. So what happens now? I asked. We're sending out the repo truck today, Frank said with a grin. But then he looked serious. There's something else. I found something strange while looking into your payments. What do you mean? I asked, frowning. Frank slid a paper across the desk. I looked at it, and my stomach dropped. It showed a second loan under my name, a $28,000 car loan taken out 2 months ago. What the hell is this? I asked, my voice shaking. Frank lowered his voice. It looks like someone used your information to buy another car. It's not the one you bought. It's a different model. Whose car is it? I asked, already dreading the answer. Your mom's, he said grimly. The room spun. My own mother had used my name to get a car for herself, and the payments were already late. So you're telling me my credit is getting ruined because of a loan I didn't even know existed? I asked, trying to stay calm. Frank nodded. I'm afraid so. At that moment, something inside me snapped. This wasn't just about my car anymore. This was about getting justice. I left the dealership with a plan. First, get my car back. Then, expose what my mom had done. I went to the bank and pulled my credit report. There it was, a $28,000 loan I never signed for. I called the finance company and reported it as fraud. The lady on the phone sounded worried. Are you saying you didn't approve this? She asked. No, I said. And I want to file a fraud report. After answering some security questions, she spoke carefully. Sir, the cosigner on this loan is the same person who tried to transfer your car's title yesterday. My mom had used my name to buy a car for herself and had my brother cosign it. This was full-blown identity theft. By noon, I got a text from Frank. Repo successful. We got your car back. I felt relief wash over me. Step 1. Complete. Then my phone buzzed again. It was my brother. WTF. Dude, where's my car? I ignored him. Then my mom called. I let it go to voicemail. A few minutes later, I got a text from her. How dare you do this to family? I couldn't help but laugh. I let her panic for a while before finally answering her call. How could you do this? She shouted. You mean, how could I take back the car I paid for? Easily. You had no right, I said coldly. Her voice was shaking. You can't do this. I needed help. You were supposed to help me. I almost laughed. Help you? You didn't even ask me. You just stole from me. It's not like that, she said quickly. I was going to tell you. I just needed the car. You ruined my credit, Mom. And I already reported the fraud. The finance company will be contacting you soon. You wouldn't? She gasped. I already did. I let that sink in. And you might want to figure out how you're going to get around because they're probably going to repossess your car next. She screamed, and I hung up. By the end of the week, both cars were legally repossessed. My brother had to take the bus. My mom kept calling and texting, begging me to fix things. But I didn't care. She stole from me, lied to me, and destroyed my credit. With the dealership's help, I filed fraud charges. The finance company backed me up. My mom was now under investigation, and when my dad found out what she did, he left her. She had to move in with a distant relative because she couldn't afford rent anymore. As for my brother, he was still mad at me. But I didn't care. They made their choices, and I made mine. Final lesson: don't steal from someone who knows how to fight back. After I hung up on my mom, I took a deep breath and let everything sink in. I had done it. I got my car back. The dealership reported her fraud, and soon her car, the one she used my name to get, was about to be taken away. But I wasn't done. I knew my mom would do anything to get out of the mess she made, and I wasn't going to let that happen. The next day, I met with a lawyer. He was a serious guy who seemed to enjoy taking down scammers. After I told him everything, how my mom took out a loan in my name, tried to steal my car, and ruined my credit, he leaned back and let out a low whistle. Your mom's in deep trouble, he said. This is identity theft, fraud, and technically grand theft auto. So what can we do? I asked. He grinned. Oh, we can do a lot. Within 2 days, he filed official fraud claims with the finance company, the credit bureau, and the police. By the end of the week, my mom got served with legal papers. And the best part? Her car got towed right in front of her. I didn't see it myself, but my dad, who was completely done with her at this point, sent me a text. Repo guy just took the car. She's screaming like a maniac. I couldn't help but laugh. Then came the real meltdown. My mom started calling me over and over, leaving voicemails that went from begging to angry to desperate. First message: sweetheart, please, I made a mistake, but we're family. Let's fix this together. Second message: you selfish little brat. After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me. Third message: if you don't drop this, you'll never see a dime of my money when I die. That one made me laugh. She was broke now. By the fifth voicemail, she was crying. This is going to ruin my life. Please just talk to me. I didn't answer. She stole from me, lied to me, and destroyed my credit. I was done with her. The aftermath. Once the fraud claim went through, the finance company erased the fake loan from my credit, and my score bounced back quickly. But my mom, she was screwed. Because the car was under my name, the finance company made her pay the full amount. And when she couldn't, they took legal action. Last I heard, she had to declare bankruptcy. As for my brother, he tried to guilt me one last time. Mom's really struggling because of what you did, he texted. I replied, she did it to herself. Then I blocked him. The end. I got my car back, my credit was fixed, and my mom, who thought she could take whatever she wanted, ended up losing everything. She tried to destroy my life, but instead she destroyed her own, and I didn't feel bad at all. Lesson learned: if you mess with me, be ready to face the consequences.